Jersey Crypto here. Just gotta feed my dogs real quick. My wife's coming home today with my son, so I'll feel like I have a family again. But in the meantime, I gotta do all the little chores. Foodie. Foodie for your booty. So, Algorand's got a digital drone racing game that's gonna basically use them as use their blockchain as the infrastructure for pretty much like all their sales, their merchandise, stuff like that. Little bit of news for the day on Algorand. Now, gaming is huge, and that's a huge market. It's gonna drive coins up. I don't even know what that was, but infrastructure is bigger, and Algorand's built for infrastructure. So, and infrastructure runs everything when it has to do with, you know, organizing an entire country's financial infrastructure. So, you know, definitely the gaming coins are good. It's cool that gaming is coming onto Algorand, but definitely stabilize your portfolio. And I forgot to say this in the last video, so I threw it in one of the comments. Hopefully that's fine. But this is not financial advice. But definitely, like, you have to stabilize your portfolio with at least one coin that's meant for infrastructure. You know, because then it's endless. And the utility is going to stabilize the price during the bear markets. They're only going to go down so much. I mean, they'll still go down a substantial amount, but like they're not going to get obliterated like everything else, because the the use case is just gigantic. So another one of my favorite coins that I have is Hedera Hashgraph, and they just partnered up with a university to put infrastructure in India. That's another token that I talked about in one of my last videos. And guys, listen, I pull little things out the air, I throw them out there. You want to find out what university it is? It's a world-renowned university. Just go on Twitter. You know, look into it. I have no personal connection with this university. It's world-renowned, so I don't find it too important to specify, because it's public knowledge. It's out there on social media. But either way, so universities have crazy money. If it's a world-renowned university, I'm sure they have endless money to help support the development of the infrastructure. And I mean, it's starting in a lot of these countries that are unorganized, pretty much. I mean, if you think of it in a simple way, I mean, just cluttered, you know, half the population's not accounted for. Their money's not worth anything. You know, people are like in the sewers digging. I'm not trying to generalize their whole population either, but I've seen some serious documentaries that are not old of, like, you know, the Indian people like in the sewers digging for gold, just because that's really the only way to gain value over there. Is anyone over here in sewers in our feces digging for gold? No, because we got cash. You know what I'm saying? And the US dollar, even though it's, you know, they're talking some big things about it losing value, and it definitely, there's facts on that, but you could still buy stuff with it. And it's not terribly hard to come by in order to buy things. So, you know, I think we're sitting pretty compared to them. But that's where these blockchain infrastructure companies are going to go in. They're going to organize everything. They're going to show them how to give people incentive to basically abide by a new infrastructure for their currency. It's going to be based off of the blockchain. Excuse me. Allergies are going around. You know, Hedera Hashgraph is not necessarily yet known as one of the big infrastructure coins, as far as like with everyone that's into crypto. You know what I mean? Like if you think about infrastructure, you think somewhat Bitcoin because the Lightning Network, and they can start doing things with that. But like Ethereum, Cardano, Algorand now is starting to get a little bit more pull, which honestly, it's so early for Cardano and Algorand, especially Algorand, that, like, not financial advice, but a little bit of money at a time, something that you can forget about in 5 years, 4 or 5 years, you're going to be surprised what that turns into. You know, and then gaming coins are gambling coins. That's what I consider them. You know what I mean? But it's nice that there's gaming being put on Algorand. There's NFTs being put on Algorand. You know what I'm saying? Like, the source, the infrastructure, everything. Those are the coins that you want. That everything can be put on. Other coins. You want to come out with a coin? You can make a coin on Algorand. Saying it in the most simplistic way, obviously. I'm sure if it's going to amount to anything, you're going to have to revolve your entire life around it, but Algorand is going to be a, you know, supreme technology to allow other technologies to run off of it. And Hedera Hashgraph is the same, pretty much. More transactions. MIT's behind them just because it's a professor from MIT. I mean, actually, Algorand, professor from MIT. What are the chances? And then the head of the SEC, professor from MIT. So, I mean, I think it's going to come out more and more with the whole university thing. How much money from universities are actually being put into blockchain technology, because the money's coming from somewhere, you know? All these funds The government's not doing it. The government's the slowest one to get into any new technology. And their job is to slow it down. But universities, they can put their money anywhere they want as long as they think it's lucrative. And we're getting little hints here and there that are actually really big hints, because the way I see it is if one world-renowned university is investing money into blockchain technology to create infrastructure, then all major universities are at least considering it. I would say that's probably good research to do. Look at universities, what they're doing. I was actually looking at one coin, exclusive coin, and it's like a New York City university. It might be CUNY. That's pretty much funding research through that coin. They've got, like, I think a maximum supply of like 5 million or something, 6 million. And it's a node coin, so you could run nodes off of it. It's similar to Bitcoin. You could stake it. You get payout somehow by holding it in the exclusive wallet, but that's a tiny coin. But it's a university behind it, so I don't know how much money they're going to end up being willing to dump into that. Who knows? 4 years from now, even if I'm not invested in that, I'm just like paying attention to it, just as like an experiment. You know, maybe I'll FOMO in at one point. I don't know. But that's it. My dogs, they went to the bathroom, they ate, and now I gotta get ready for work. I'm gonna go make some pasta.